African wild dogs are known for being successful hunters, but are they truly the most efficient hunters on the African plain? African wild dogs, painted wolves, or Cape hunting dogs, whatever you want to call them, they are quite well known as incredibly efficient hunters, often described as having an 80% success rate for their hunts. Even the leader himself, the Attenborough, has affirmed this on many occasions.
These are now among the rarest of Africa's mammals, but they're nonetheless the continent's most efficient predators. Their secret is teamwork. The dogs work in relay. As one tires, another moves through to take up the running. When one dog tires, there's always another member of the team to take up the lead. The dogs now have the numbers to bring the wildebeest down.
Incredibly efficient endurance hunters, their key to success being teamwork, working in relay to take down 80% of their prey. This information is found in many books, websites, zoos, and documentaries on the topic of these animals, so it must be true, right? Well, seems it may not be the case. Let's look at this individually and start with the most striking bit of information, an 80% success rate. In 2016, a first-of-its-kind study submitted to the journal Nature aimed to test this information. Using high-resolution GPS collars on wild painted wolves in northern Botswana, they managed to record 1,119 chases. Of those hunts, only 16% actually resulted in a kill. In fact, this study was done in comparison to cheetahs found in Botswana, and these cheetahs were found to be successful in their hunts 26% of the time. However, that was only based on 367 hunts by cheetahs. You could explain this difference on wild dogs being more opportunistic and having a willingness to hunt at any opportunity, though this doesn't explain the fact that they're nowhere near as successful at hunting as they're believed to be. Okay, let's move on to the second part of our fact, their success being down to their teamwork, wearing down their prey over long distances, and in the words of the king himself, working in relay to take down their prey. Well, again, in the same study by Tatiana Hubel and her fellow smart peeps, gives us another great insight into this thanks to their research method, using the high-definition GPS collars. While Cape hunting dogs do travel in packs from anywhere between 2 and 30 individuals, this study found that once the hunt was on, there was no teamwork to be found. In about 40% of the hunts on Impala, the dogs immediately scattered in all directions. On the other hand, 60% of the time they did run in the same direction, however, ended up in different locations at the end of the chase. Clearly, that's a sign that very little teamwork is actually happening here. In fact, a couple of years ago while working in South Africa, I was fortunate enough to witness a few wild dog hunts. I was able to record 2 of these on video. The first one, the pack is clearly scattered, all trying to take down their own Impala. And the second one was while the sun was going down, the same pack spotted a couple kudu and instantly started sprinting after them, but as you can see there's very little teamwork visible, especially running in relay.
Iets als een wat baie groter is as die ander, waar hy daar die alfa is.
Alpha female.
hardloop iets voor ons. Kijk ontstaan. Wat denk je? Ja.
Let me also just show you a small clip from a video taken in Kruger National Park in 2018 and shared by Latest Sightings Kruger. I didn't take this video. I'll just show you a clip as some people may not be comfortable watching this, but it's a fascinating video of a pack of wild dogs taking down 5 buffalo calves one after another. But then again, the pack show very little cooperative behaviour in this hunt. There is a link to this full video down in the description if you're curious enough to see it for yourself and don't mind watching wild animals hunting. I know some people are uncomfortable with that, especially when it's successful. So, despite it being known for a long time that wild dogs are so efficient at their hunts that they have a 60% success rate, and sometimes cited as some packs even having a 90% success rate, there doesn't appear to be any scientific evidence to back this up at all. They're even cited as being more successful hunters than lions and hyenas, who are often cited as being successful only 25% of their time. Turns out that wild dogs may be less successful than cheetahs, who in this study were shown to be successful 26% of the time. However, to the wild dog's favour, they do seem to be much more proactive when it comes to hunting. So it turns out wild dogs may not be more efficient than any other predator on the African plain. In fact, they might even be worse. But that doesn't stop them being amazing creatures. They're still beautiful to see and fantastic to watch. But I mean, if they were more efficient, surely other predators would have a harder time coexisting with them than they already do? I have a bit of an issue with the names African wild dog or painted wolf or Cape hunting dog. I mean, the Asiatic wild dog has its own name, the dhole, so it seems like a bit of a disservice to these amazing animals that they don't have their own name. I mean, they have their own genus because they aren't true dogs like your wolves, your dingoes, or your domestic dogs. Because wild dogs lack their dew claws, they're classed as hypercarnivores because their diet contains at least 70% meat, unlike other dogs and wolves. And their genus name is really quite cool, Lycaon, which comes from the Greek mythology where a king, Lycaon, tried to trick Zeus into eating human flesh. And in some of the stories, as a response, Zeus turns him and his sons into wolves. So he is the king of wolves. So why don't we call them Lycaon, the king of wolves? Because of how amazing these creatures are. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far through the video, why not give it a like? And subscribe to my channel if you want to find out other animal facts that aren't in fact true. And why not hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload my next video. Thanks!